A man who lived 14 centuries ago. His life, teachings, and accomplishments have influenced the way of life of tens of billions of people from different colors, cultures, and societies throughout the world history for the last 1400 years. He established a community based on belief in God and communal justice, and laid the foundation for it to develop into a great civilization in the history of mankind. Though he enjoyed huge respect of the people and was called as the trustworthy and the truthful, he was immensely bothered on seeing his society depleting by practices such as burying their newborn daughters alive, communal fights, and consumptions of narcotics. He spent time all alone in the cave of Hira, thinking on how he could guide the society in the right path. At the age of 40, he met the angel Gabriel in the cave of Hira. This incident changed his whole life. This is the incident of Muhammad, peace be upon him, being chosen as the prophet of God and the first message of God being revealed to him. From that point of time, he used all means to convey his message: worship God only, establish justice, uphold virtues to all the Meccans. During this mission, he always tried to preserve the cordial relationship he had with his people. But the Meccan leaders started fearing that the respect people had towards them will reduce if the people started to heed to the Prophet's message. They started to attack him verbally, physically, and mentally. Despite all the hardships, the Prophet continued to spread his message for almost 13 years in Mecca. In the meantime, the leaders of Medina met Prophet Muhammad and invited him to Medina. The people of Medina embraced his message and also made him their leader. After assuming leadership in Medina, he invited different clans of the city, which included influential Jewish community, to sign a common accord to rule Medina. The document, famously called as the Accord of Medina, has attracted many historians and modern political scientists. The Meccan leaders feared that their weakness would be exposed by the society of Medina, which was developing based on justice, order, and excellent virtues. This resulted in many military engagements from Mecca to destroy Medina. Since all of their efforts failed, finally they accepted to sign the Hudaybiyah peace treaty, which the Prophet preferred. Since Prophet Muhammad was keen on building peace, he had to give up a lot to sign the treaty. Soon the Meccan leaders breached their agreement. As a result, Mecca surrendered to the Prophet Muhammad. He forgave everyone who surrendered and ensured their freedom and rights. Once the capital of Arabian Peninsula surrendered to Prophet Muhammad, the people of Arabia didn't think twice to embrace Islam. Many groups of people started entering Islam. Every aspect of his life has been recorded and preserved until now, and they have been taken as a model by his followers. Prophet Muhammad was not only a preacher, he established an exemplary way of life based on social justice. He had the habit of spending long nights in prayers and supplications and spending the daytime working for the enrichment and development of the society. Further, he was an exemplary father, husband, leader, judge, and guide. He enjoys a remarkable reputation among the historians and researchers of modern times. Michael H. Hart, who authored the best-selling book, The 100, a ranking of the most influential persons in history, placed number 1 rank to the Prophet Muhammad. The reason he puts forward for this is, he was the only man in history who was supremely successful on both the religious and secular level. The first revelation from God to the Prophet Muhammad started with, "Read in the name of God who created." Hence the Muslim society, built on the teachings of the Prophet, excelled in the fields of science, medicine, art, and culture. A few months before his death, at the age of 63, he delivered his famous farewell sermon in the holy city of Mecca, which to date is seen by Muslims around the world as a manifesto for a just society. All mankind is from Adam and Eve. An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor a non-Arab has any superiority over an Arab. Also, a white has no superiority over a black, nor does a black have any superiority over a white, except by piety and good action.